All right, come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else, where we do not teach you how to rise to the occasion here, folks. We teach you how to fall to your level of preparation coordinates. First of all, shout out, happy birthday, Neff. Happy birthday, Neff. My nephew, godson, nephew and godson, turns 14 today. And, you know, given what today's Move Swiftly thought is about, you got to tell people you love them, man. You got to really learn to appreciate the moment and let folks know that you're here for them, man. Here through everything, whatever it is you need in life, here for you, man. Love you beyond words in which you will ever be able to comprehend, you know. So all that being said, let's get into, as far as today's Move Swiftly thought, it kind of piggybacks off that, because as you can tell, my tone is not as excited and I'm not as energetic today, because the subject matter is one that hits a real chord, like hits a chord whenever you see it. Now, I'm a diehard Redskins fan or a Commanders fan, so, you know, anything Dallas Cowboys, we're taught to kind of, but there's the human element when it comes to the game. It's all fun and games and all that. But according to this, the news has made its way around the world that the Dallas Cowboys DN Marshawn Kneeland has passed away. Absolutely tragic, all right? Tragic thing to have happened. And 2 days after he scores a touchdown, you know, plays a Monday night game. He's doing some incredible, obviously being very productive in his life. And the text messages and the voice messages, the things that got revealed was that this was a suicide. And, you know, when you dive deeper into his story, you learn that, you know, he lost his mother while he was training for the NFL. Jeez. Loses his mother while he's training for the NFL draft. And, you know, just the story in itself, it's an absolutely heartbreaking story. And I want to make sure I'm on record saying that you got to check in on people, man. You never know. You never know what's going on in a person's heart. You never know what's going on in a person's mind. You never know the kind of overwhelming things that a person is dealing with in order to show up and do whatever it is they need to do to be a productive member of society, to go feed their families, to pay their bills, to just be out there doing something. You don't know what they're carrying on the inside of them. And for people to judge folks the way we judge folks, to run around talking shit about folks that they don't know anything about, making suggestions and telling people how they need to be doing this and how they need to be doing that without checking in with them directly, we gotta fucking stop that. We gotta stop that, because it creates an anxiety, and it creates this level of this overwhelming thing that you don't know what it can lead to. You don't know what the result is. The result can literally be someone saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm taking my own life. Again, we're talking about someone who you would look at on the surface level and you would think everything is fine, man, even though, again, I think Dallas actually lost. Even though his team lost, obviously he was able to make a name for himself and do some incredible things, and all of a sudden, just like that, he's gone. Right? You just never know. All right. So again, let this loss be a reminder. In fact, I remember actually several teammates, but one that comes to mind now that I'm kind of thinking about it is Frank Conti. You know, Frank Conti was a fun guy, man. You know, I played with him for 2 seasons when I was at Stony Brook University. He fun, laughing. I mean, if you could think about just who Frank Conti was in terms of just a fun-loving guy. He's a big D tackle, big 3 technique type guy, but always had a smile on his face, always loved life and just played ball. And then again, you know, just passes away just like that. Young man, just gone just like that, never growing up. And I mean, it's a tragic story, and you got to put things in perspective, and you got to understand that right now, all you got is the moment. Appreciate the moment, appreciate the day, and appreciate the people around you, and never get into the habit of constantly making judgments on people and creating more overwhelming things that they have to deal with. Always have some grace when it comes to that. All right. So all that being said, main website to check out to dive in. This leads into everything I do when it comes to employee development, when it comes to, you know, working with people. These are primarily the things that happen. These overwhelming things happen when you're dealing with people at work that you're not necessarily asking to be around, but you sort of have to be around in order to, you know, feed your family and all that kind of stuff. So main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, and we do all things employee development here. It's makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.